Imagine turning £40,000 into over £200,000 in just 8 months. Well, that's exactly what Renee Francis did. In this video, we're going to break down the key learnings that Renee took from this incredible crypto journey so you can also apply similar principles to your own investments. So let's fast forward to today. Renee, can you give us a quick overview of your total profits, the strategies that you used, and how it feels to have achieved such incredible results?
Yeah, absolutely. So I invested £40,000, not all at once, but over a period of time. And over the course of 8 months, implementing the CCA strategy mostly and the small cap strategy, I was able to turn that into over £200,000. And it felt amazing, to answer your question. It felt really good. But the best part about it was that it really only took me about 10 to 20 minutes per day. I didn't spend longer than that after I had done the initial learnings and education.
It sounds incredible. Did you really only spend that amount of time? And was that every day, or was that just during the week? Or
Yeah, sure. So it was at the beginning. Obviously, I had to go through the courses. I had to watch the videos. I jumped on the webinars. So there was a lot of time involved in educating myself. But once I had learned everything from the investment mastery team, and I felt more confident with what I was doing, I literally was spending 10 or 20 minutes a day.
how long did it take you to get to that point?
It probably took about 3 months, I'd say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does that feel like a long time or a short time to you? To learn how to get those kind of returns?
Really short time.
Right.
I mean, what else can you learn in 3 months that gives you that percentage return in 8 months?
I agree. I totally agree. Okay. So how much do you think you would get? Like if you left your money in the bank, how much do you think you would get?
That same amount of money?
Because you're talking about 400%.
Yes.
So what would you get in the bank, do you think, nowadays?
Probably be going backwards.
Yeah. Oh, no. Well, okay, how about this? How about giving it to some professional investors?
I haven't tried that, but I just don't see that I would have achieved 400% in 8 months. I mean, it's like no other asset class that I've ever invested in, really. I mean, I've invested in property, I run businesses, I've done stocks, but crypto, I've not been able to achieve any similar percentage gains in that short amount of time as I have with crypto.
So here's a question that you really think about this. Do you feel that you have the strategies to be able to do this again? Or was this just a market and you were lucky and you were in the right time and blah, blah, blah?
So there could have been a little bit of that, but I think the majority is that I invested in the education. I took the time to learn. I surrounded myself with the right people and the right team and investment mastery, and I put in the work to learn these strategies. So, you know, for example, when I first came across investment mastery, it was early 2020, and I actually saw you on a webinar, on a Success Resources webinar, and I signed up to the Crypto Club after that webinar. And prior to that, I had zero knowledge of crypto.
Oh, so you're a total beginner?
Total beginner. Perfect. Yes. So we were heading into lockdown, and Success Resources was doing all these different webinars at the time. And one of them was around financial education, which I had maybe about 6 months prior, just started getting into, started trying to educate myself, started learning about the stock market. But when I watched your webinar about Bitcoin and crypto and blockchain, it actually spoke volumes to me, because you were talking about, you know, this decentralized future and blockchain technology and emerging technology, and all of this really resonated with me. So I think about halfway through your webinar, I started pressing record because I thought, I need to watch this back. I need to remember everything that Marcus is saying here.
And you meant to do that? You're not to record the stuff.
Are we? Do you want me to go not say that? But it was just like for me to personally like remember what you were talking about. And at the end, you obviously, you know, you were signing people up to the Crypto Club, and I signed up straight away. I didn't know where it was leading me or what I was like. I didn't fully understand what I was signing up to at that stage. I just knew that something spoke to me in that webinar. And then I started the journey. I started jumping on the weekly calls and the webinars and the workshops. And this is what I did in my spare time during COVID lockdown.
Did you do it always at the same time or whenever you could?
At the same time each day?
Yeah.
Not at the start, but that was something I learned during the process of being a member. And then I started like doing it at a similar time each day. And it was normally when I first woke up, because if you remember end of 2020, the bull market picked up and everything was really exciting. And every day I was waking up to something new happening in the market, Bitcoin going up and up. So for me, I was in Australia at the time, in Sydney. And so waking up first thing in the morning, and I would check the markets, check my CCAs, check the small caps, see what's going on. Do I need to take profit?
So it doesn't matter where you are in the world?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about, what did you think about the kind of the support that the club gives you? What did you think about that? I mean, especially since like the timings that you're in. Right?
Yes. The support from the team has been amazing. It's one of the things I always rave about. I've actually brought a couple of friends in to become members as well. And one of the main things I talk to them about, I say the team and the support, it's amazing. So prior to Crypto Club and Investment Mastery, like I said, I had about a 6-month journey of trying to learn financial markets. And I had undertaken another course around the stock market, which was good, and it gave me a base level of understanding, but the support wasn't there. And there was no one I could reach out to and ask questions. There was no one I could clarify my understanding with.
So important, isn't it?
Exactly. There was no one I could cross-check charts with, so that if I could clarify what I was looking at, made sense and was correct. So having that level of support where I could jump on a 30-minute call with Keith or Eamon or Dennis, and I could literally say, can we open this chart? Here's the ticker. This is what I'm seeing. Is that correct? Is that what you're seeing as well? And then they can either confirm or deny. That was just golden to me, because having someone that was just holding my hand during this process of learning something completely new and foreign to me at the time, it was a game changer for me. And yes, the calls for me were at awkward times. So they could range from being at 9:30, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night through to 2, 3 and 4 a.m. in the morning.
Just to be clear, that's for you because you live in Australia, right?
Because I live in Australia.
But you still did it. Amazing.
I still did it because I was seeing the benefit of it and I was seeing the results. And I had been through not having the support. So then having the support, like I said, was a game changer to me, and I was not going to not take advantage of that opportunity, because I had seen the other side of not having that support. So yeah, the support really, I think, is what made me achieve the results that I did.
That is awesome. We have a saying, I don't know whether you know this, right behind you, that life is not about trading and investing. Trading and investing is just a vehicle so you can have a better life. So what did you do with the money? Have you spent it all?
No, I haven't spent it all. I learned from Investment Mastery not to spend it all.
Good.
But I have reinvested some of that money. So I know we're in the bear market now, but I've reinvested some now while the prices have dropped. So still following, the strategies.
Great.
And also I've actually, launched a business as well. So I was running a Web2 digital marketing agency, and I've been running that since 2016. And what I've done with some of the profits and mostly a lot of the learnings and education around blockchain technology and NFTs and Web3 is I've launched a second business, which is completely focused on Web3 marketing.
So you're an expert now.
Well, hopefully.
That is awesome. I love that. So tell us more about that.
Sure. So the Web3 agency is called Take 3 because it's our third chance of, getting things right. So that's why it's called Take 3. And we work with, just clients in the Web3 industry. So we worked with Binance in Australia. We've helped them with some content.
Wow.
we work with Red Belly Network, which is a layer 1 blockchain and Australian founded as well. And their focus is on compliant asset tokenization. We've worked with different crypto exchanges. We work with the Australian Crypto Convention, which is the largest crypto and Web3 event in our region, down under. And so we're their official marketing partners. So we work with a wide range of clients in the Web3 and crypto industry. And yeah, it's super exciting and really interesting.
And profitable?
And profitable.
I love that. So you've got several what we call pillars, or some people call them multiple streams of income. And using that knowledge, being able to talk to them in a certain way where they want to, engage you, and you've made some profitable businesses out of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So there are many marketing agencies that are trying to, dabble in Web3 marketing, which is great because, it's emerging tech. However, you really do need to have a deeper level of understanding about the technology and the markets and, and the audience in this space as well, and the communities that you're trying to build around different projects. So when we speak to different clients and potential clients, they're just blown away by the in-depth sort of background knowledge that I have and that my team now has.
And enthusiasm, because the other companies that are trying to get it, muscle in on you, they're probably just doing it because they want to get the profits, whereas you actually enjoy it, you have enthusiasm for it, and, you say, hey, did you get into this trade?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
and,
awesome.
Decentralization speaks a lot to me because I worked in the corporate world for 10 years and before starting the business. And there were a lot of things that didn't resonate with me about the corporate world. And I ended up contracting and freelancing and working across 10 different businesses because I was trying to find where I fit in the corporate world, until one day I realized I didn't fit in the corporate world. And then that's why I started the business and started, all these different avenues of income and investments. And so when I learned about, decentralization and blockchain technology and power back to the people, and I was like really passionate about helping drive forward, Web3, this whole movement and the adoption of this technology.
Yeah, and also you're very diversified, because what I'm hearing is, so you've got crypto strategies, you've got businesses, but you've also got stock strategies as well, which can be correlated, but sometimes isn't correlated. So you're really quite diversified. So how confident do you feel about your future financially?
Now I feel really confident about my future financially. I live in Sydney, I'm from Australia, but I now have the option to work and live abroad, which is exactly what I'm doing right now. That's why I'm in the UK. So I'm based here for a few months, and I am able to work flexibly, work remotely, travel a little bit, explore different opportunities in different countries. And this is something that I never really imagined or thought possible even just a couple of years ago.
I love that. It's amazing. It's everybody's dream, actually, because when I ask people, what do you want to do? Why are you here learning this? A lot of it is more time, freedom, etc. And I always say, so you just want more choice in your life, which is absolutely fantastic. I love that. What a great story.
It's really cool. Like, I'm super grateful. Every day I wake up and I express my gratitude. And one of the things I express gratitude for is I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity and the option to be doing this, to be living and working in another country, to be exploring opportunities in another country, to be meeting new people and having all these new experiences. And like I said, even 2 years ago, I didn't think this was possible, but it's always something that I wanted to do.
Of course, who wouldn't? Well, at least have the choice, right? Whether they do it or not, that's up to them. I'd love to know, because you also have got a coach. Who did you introduce you to that coach?
You did, Marcus.
I don't know. I'm just making sure that I did, because I think I did. Did you ask me whether I knew somebody, or did I? How did that come about?
So that came about because I was one of your gold members at the time, and as part of being a gold member, you have different investment opportunities from time to time, and You had one about 2 years ago, I'm going to say. I think it was roughly 2 years ago. And as part of that, you offered, quick 30-minute calls to go a bit deeper and learn more about.
Was this about Explorator?
Explorator.
Oh, that's doing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, really well. Okay, how interesting.
So I jumped on a call with you, and little did I know my future business coach was also in that meeting.
That's right.
Yeah.
My business partner and friend, actually, for many, many years. And so you were looking for a coach or not really?
I wasn't, actually. We connected after that meeting online on LinkedIn, and we actually didn't start working together straight away either. So we were just connected online for several months, maybe even close to about a year. And then one day we had a conversation online. Then we had another 1 or 2 conversations online, and I didn't actually know he was a business coach until one of those conversations. And then we started exploring that further, and it's been one of the best decisions I've made for my business, actually. He's really, helped me grow a lot as a person and as a leader and as an individual. And he's helped me make some really important decisions around the businesses as well.
I think it's great, being in a community where you meet these kind of people. I mean, he's a very high caliber guy, so, you always say that your network is your net worth.
Yes.
Do you believe that?
I do believe that. And I've heard, the Investment Mastery team say that a lot in different workshops and webinars. And absolutely, I think over the last few years, in terms of my personal development and growing businesses, growing a team, focusing on investments, I've really had to, have a really deep think about who my circle was. And, my circle's become a lot smaller, but I think it's for good reason. And obviously, surrounding myself with people like Arnon, my coach, and, the Investment Mastery team has been a fantastic decision.
Fantastic. I love it. So what's the plan for you in the future in terms of investing and trading and just in general?
So the plan is to definitely continue with investing because I've reaped the benefits of that already. And I can see that it's, really important for my financial future to, have diversification and to have different streams of income and, just to make sure I'm taking care of myself financially. And generally in the future, just generally in life, I definitely want to keep growing the businesses and supporting my team and making sure that, we're delivering awesome value to the marketplace and continuing to be able to work, remotely and flexibly the way we do, which is really important to me.
Love that. By the way, I noticed a couple of times when we were doing workshops that you were there as crew.
Yeah.
So you're actually now giving back and helping out. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I heard about being able to come in crew for Investment Mastery, and when I heard about that, I immediately jumped at the opportunity because I had gained so much value from the team. And one thing I've learned as well, probably from you guys too, is that, one way to learn is also by teaching others. So it's helped me learn more at the same time. But I love helping people, coaching, training people. I had so much fun doing it. I do have to mention that it was often starting at about 7 p.m. for me.
For you.
And finishing at something like 4 a.m.
Which is even more astounding that you would do it. I'm all about giving back, but a lot of people aren't. And you are, but it means that you're up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, look, I really enjoyed it. Obviously, it would be nice if the time zone was a little bit more friendly. I'm not going to lie. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's such a cool experience to crew. And I'd love to do it more in the future as well.
Tell us just in a couple of sentences, what does crewing actually involve?
Yeah, so crewing basically involves giving back to newer members of the Investment Mastery community and helping them learn all the strategies and things that, you've already learnt along the way. So what it involved for me was basically a little bit of prep, but not a lot. Like the investment mastery team is super supportive, gives you all the resources that you need. And then you'll jump on a workshop. It might be like a 2 or 3 day workshop where there's a bunch of new members. And basically you are like an assistant coach, kind of, helping with breakout rooms.
I was going to say, you go into these smaller breakout rooms where you can really engage with people.
That's it. So you go into breakout rooms with smaller groups. You help answer questions that they may have. You help sort of solidify learnings regarding the different strategies that they've just learned from, the head trainer like Dennis or Keith. And it's more about just having a bit more individual and one-on-one support with members who might need a little bit.
And also hearing it, not just from us, but hearing it from other people who've been successful. And that just adds another layer of certainty to them and hope. And it's brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. So thank you for that, by the way.
That's okay. I enjoyed it.
That's good.
You're welcome.
That's good. So Renee, you're doing more investing than trading. And now we're currently in a downward market. Well, actually downward and now starting to come up, actually. So how do you view that in terms of the cycles? Are you making money at the moment? Are you waiting? What are you doing? Are you active? Are you not? Are you in? Are you out?
Yeah, sure. So during a bear market, as an investor, I am just obviously investing more money when, prices hit the correct levels that I'm waiting for. I'm not necessarily making heaps of money and pulling out heaps of profits at the moment. But, as an investor, I've got a long-term view of the market. I stick to the rules. So I only invest money that I don't need on a daily basis and that I can, I can wait to see the profits of at a later date. The longer-term view means I'm happy, I'm comfortable, I'm relaxed about it. I'm not investing more money than what I need on a day-to-day basis. And I'm confident that I've got the right strategies and I'm investing in the right assets that will eventually turn around and give me that profit at a later date.
That's perfect. That's exactly what we teach.
Well, I've heard it a few times.
Yeah, you've heard it a few times. Amazing. So, Renee, you're also, I noticed, a lady, you're a woman. And how do you see that in terms of investing? Does that give you an advantage, a disadvantage? We'd like to see more women take part in this. So how do you see that?
Yeah, I don't know if it gives me an advantage or a disadvantage, but I think that it's really important for females to take control of their financial future. I come from an ethnic background, and traditionally there's a lot of reliance on, the man or the male to be the provider and to take care of the finances and things like that, which, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that as well. But I personally love when I see more women, taking a bit more control of their own finances and their own financial future. And what's really great about the stock market and crypto is that it's unbiased. It doesn't know if you're male or female. So I don't think that there's any disadvantage or advantage, being a woman. You have the exact same playing field as males, which is great. It gives an additional revenue stream. It gives investment, it gives you return on your investment. So I think it's an absolute no-brainer for females to be involved.
Actually, that's not true. Actually, you do have an advantage.
Why?
Well, because every year they publish the results that women make better investors than men.
Okay.
And not by massive, but they do by 1.3% or whatever on average. But do you know why?
I was going to say it's got something to do with mindset or emotions. Or...
Yeah, you basically are more willing to follow rules than men. We have much more maybe of an ego and just go, and they just go out there, I'm going to beat the market,
Okay, sure. So it's more...
They go charging in.
Yeah, it's they're females are less risk averse, so they'll just follow the strategy.
Apparently so, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. So you do have an advantage.
Well, there you go. Learn something new every day.
Brilliant. So Renee, if you could describe investment mastery in just 3 words, what would they be?
If I was to describe investment mastery in just 3 words, they would be 1, knowledgeable. So I've learned a whole heap of knowledge from the investment mastery team, from financial education to mindset, even to things that I've implemented in my business and presentation skills. The list could go on. So very, very knowledgeable. The second word I would use to describe investment mastery is supportive. So I got so much support from the investment mastery team. So, in particular, Dennis, Keith, Eamon have been absolutely amazing. They are so patient, answering my many, many questions that I would have on the coaching calls and webinars. I was often the first person on the coaching calls with my hand up, and I'm sure they knew I had about 6 questions ready to go, not just one. But they're super supportive. They're always willing to help. And they're so patient as well. They're so patient, with going over things multiple times if that's what you need as a member. And thirdly, I would describe investment mastery as inspiring and inspirational. So, the team here and the business and you, Marcus, you've really inspired me in a lot of different ways in my life and in my business. So they're the 3 words I would use to describe investment mastery.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
This just shows you how with the right education, you can take control of your finances just like Renee did. If you want to discover more inspiring success stories, simply look for the link on your screen right now. And remember, the more you learn, the more you earn. Your financial journey begins with knowledge and smart choices.